Can you see? Doesn't this make you feel like you're at the beach? Oh, hi. Welcome to our beach today. Are you at the beach with me? Because me, I'm at the beach. And I'm sipping on something nice. All right. So, welcome back to my channel. All right. So today, as you know, we are at the beach because it is summer. So we're going to be making something that reminds us of being at the beach, okay? Something easy with lots of paper, okay? So don't go anywhere. So a little bit of housekeeping. If you are new here, if this is your first time watching me, I say welcome. And if you're an old subscriber, or if you have been here over and over again, I say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for sticking with me. Okay, so let's get into today's video. Our materials for today are tick, 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 paper, okay? But lots of paper, okay? So for our background, we're going to be using white and blue, okay? Then for our sand and the trunk of our tree, we're going to be using gold. If you don't have gold, you can use brown, okay? Then we're going to be using black for our mountain top, okay? And then, of course, we're going to be using this beautiful green for our trees, for our leaves. Well, yeah, the leaves of our tree, okay? And then we're going to be using this yellow for the sun. And then this green and this yellow for the cutest pair of slippers you'd see today. Okay, so don't go anywhere. So our first step, right? The first things we're going to do is we're going to take all these pieces of paper and cut them up into different shapes, okay? Different shapes according to what we are doing. So what I want you to do is watch and keep following my video and you'll see the different things. We're going to be making the outline, okay? We're going to be making clouds. We're going to be making the sun. We're going to be making mountains, right? We're going to be making sand, okay? And we're going to be making the cutest little pair of slippers. Okay. Oh, and we're also going to be making trees. Trees. Okay. So stay with me. So we're going to be trying out voiceovers. Okay. So we're starting with our base, right? So for our base, we're using white and blue paper, like I said. So what I'm doing here, I folded the paper into two and then I cut. Okay. So I'm going to do the same thing for the white and the blue. Okay, so I'm done cutting, right? So because it's the base, that's the base of everything we are doing today. I want to glue them together, okay, so that our base is solid, strong. Yeah, so that. Oh yeah, my glue is drying up. Yes, I know I should have gotten another one. Yeah, I forgot actually. But yeah, bear with me in this video, okay? By the next video, I promise you I would have gotten better glue. So our next step is to cut out our sun. sun. And of course, you know the sun is yellow. So I took my glue bottle. It has a round base. Okay, I use it to trace out the circle, trace out a circle, and then I'm just going to cut out the circle. Okay, so that sounds easy, right? So go right ahead and do that. So now we want to build our beachy landscape, the landscape for our beach. Okay, so we're starting out with the blue color. The blue now signifies the water. So we're cutting it in a wavy form. Can you see the wave? Woo, woo, woo. So now that form, this form that I just cut, is going to be the same. It's going to be the outline for every other one I'll be cutting, right? So you can see I'm doing the white. I'm also going to cut the white in the same wavy form. So the white is also part of the water, blue and white. Okay, so the way I'm cutting it, you see the same wavy pattern. It's the same way I'm going to cut the brown, okay, or the gold rather. It's the gold. Okay, so I'm going to cut everything like that. So it gives us our wavy, wavy, wavy beach. You know the water is wavy, right? So that's my beautiful gold color that I'm going to be cutting like that. Okay, so stay with me. Now, a little note, right? When we cut out our green, we're going to curve it up a little like that, okay? What does this look like? Palm frond. Okay, so stay with me. Okay, so now we want to do our tree. Well, and you know a tree has leaves, so it's like a palm tree. So that's why I'm cutting it small like that. I want to make the leaves of is it palm fronds or the leaves of the palm tree? I know how palm tree leaves are pretty big. Okay, so what I'm going to do, as I've cut the small semicircle, I'm just going to cut it into tiny strips. Okay, like that. Tiny strips. You have to be patient when doing this, because if you're not patient, you're going to cut it all the way to the top, and you can divide your palm frond into two, and we don't want to do that. So you have to be patient when doing this, right? So as you can see, I'm still cutting. Cut. Yeah, now when I'm done cutting, there's a way you have to fold it a little bit, just slightly, to give it that palm frond effect. Can you see what I'm doing? Small. So it gives you that beautiful palm frond effect. Okay, and now I'm going to go right ahead and make a couple more palm fronds. Okay, now I want to make our mountain top, or is it hilltop? You know, that's going to be in the background. And because it's so far away, that's why it's usually a very dark color. Sometimes black, sometimes very deep brown. So that's why I'm using black for mine. It's kind of like an outline. You understand? So I'm just cutting that up, and it's gonna be at the back. Yeah, that's our mountain. Should we call this Mount Kilimanjaro or Mount what? Or Mount I don't know, or a hill, Idore Hill. Okay, so now we're cutting the 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 back of our tree. You know, the tree is not standing by, the leaves are not standing by themselves. They need to stand on something. Yeah. So we're cutting that up, and that's why it's slightly curved. It has a slight curve to it. So it gives you, it really looks like a tree. Okay. So now with our green, we want to make the cutest slippers you'll see today. They're so tiny and so cute. So the first thing I'm doing here is to cut the green into the slipper shape. That's slightly number 8. Well, kind of looks like number 8, but not exactly. Slipper shape. So after cutting that, see how tiny and cute it is. I imagine a doll wearing it. A tiny, maybe a Barbie or a tiny doll wearing the slipper. It's so cute. So after cutting this, right, I'm going to take the yellow and use it to cut out the straps of the slippers. Okay, so it's all going to be so tiny. 2 tiny strips, and then we fold them across each other like that. Can you see? Very cute. Very cute. Yeah. Okay, so see, I'm still gluing my cute slipper together. So that's the first one. See how cute it is. Oof, I love it. Okay, so now we have two. Aha! Okay, so what's next? Oh, I forgot. The cloud. What's the beach without the clouds? So because I'm doing 2 clouds, right, I'm going to fold the paper into 2 and then draw out 1 cloud, but cut the paper. When I draw out 1 cloud, I'll cut it. Remember, it's folded. So once I cut it, it's going to give me 2 clouds. Do you understand? Okay. So cut. What's the beach without clouds? Oh, I know. So after cutting the clouds, right, the final thing is to bring everything together. Okay. So thank you for listening to my voiceover. Let me know if you like it. Welcome back. Okay, so after all our cutting, what we're going to do next is bring everything together, okay, to form our activity for today. Okay, so don't go anywhere. Can you see? Doesn't this make you feel like you're at the beach? Okay, so it makes me feel like I'm at the beach, and I hope it gives you that feeling too. All right. All right. So this brings us to the end of today's video. So thank you for watching. And please, 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 please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Until next time, see you. Bye-bye.